Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sharkies Deliberations 2018. This is where we celebrate the best of the year by arguing with each other what exactly was the best of the year. I am the formidable one, Craig Vaughan, joined by my good pal, number one on the Craig & Co leaderboard.
It's me, Tom.
There we go. And with Tom, we are joined with Neil. How are you today, Neil?
I'm just still tall.
You're still tall?
I'm still over 6 foot.
You are. And who are you, sir, in the corner?
I am not over 6 foot, so...
He's a small boy.
I am small boy Matthew Dobby.
Okay. For anyone watching at home...
Yeah, he's a midget. He's really well short.
Yeah, what an emo.
Yeah.
I'm Craig, he's Dobby, Tom, and Neil.
You're
And
gesturing over there.
You're
gesturing over there as if everyone's going to see.
These pop filters
I still
are
haven't
really
got used to the concept of audio podcasts.
we are... Yeah. We are Upside Down Shark, just like, people say they're Christians. We are that, that sort of group.
I believe in an upside down shark.
It's not a cult.
And
It's definitely not a cult.
I think this will be going up Boxing Day, and what's
Wow.
going to happen is we're going to have an episode for the next week or so after this, discussing each category on what we think is the best of that year.
Got a list.
Have I missed anything? Are we all on board?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm here.
So, the first category we'll be discussing for the Upside Down Sharkies Deliberations 2018 is film. I will run down the list of films.
Short list of films that we came up with.
Yeah, this will be the shortest, probably, deliberations.
The Shorty
episode.
Sharkies.
And so what we're going to do is we're going to run down the list. I'm going to say what films we have chosen. Each of us have picked a few films here and there, and we're just basically going to argue. What I think will have a number one spot, and then we'll have two runners up.
Okay.
Because if we do a second and third place, we're just going to be arguing for no real reason at that point.
Isn't that this whole concept is just arguing for no real
The Sharkies is a industry revolution, I'll have you know. It'd be an honour to get a golden shark.
I'm pretty sure when you asked me and Dobby to do this, you came up to us and said, do you want to come to my house and just scream?
I mean, you're here. I got you here. We'll leave that for the music talk. So, without further ado, the best films of 2018 are as follows. Avengers, IW, which I believe stands for Infinity War.
You wrote that, so...
That's your suggestion.
Annihilation, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, shortened here for FK, Pacific Rim Uprising, Infinity War in it,
I liked that one.
and Mixed Doubles. So...
Do you want to run through? What?
So, Avengers Infinity War is... Yeah, let's just do a quick description of all of them.
Because I'm probably the only person that hasn't seen that one. Did you
It's
see it?
In the world at this
God,
point.
Oh God, got a look from Tom there.
It's everyone except Ant-Man and Hawkeye, pretty much, from the Marvel Universe.
But I don't...
And Venom. Venom's not in it.
I wish he was. That'd be so cool. It's the culmination of a 10-year Thanos story... not storyline, but story hints since they first started that MCU. That's pretty much the tagline for that. Do you want to tell me what Annihilation is about?
I don't know, because I think that would give away what it's not really about a lot.
Okay.
It went straight to Netflix over here.
It's a sci-fi film by Alex Garland, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who did The Beach.
I was going to say...
Yes, and Ex Machina.
It's a film about not a lot. I feel like you're trying to argue your point. You're already losing now.
Well, it's hard to describe. It's sort of about an alien invasion.
Okay.
But there's a lot of stuff that I don't want to spoil as well.
Okay.
So
Might be a hard
yes.
argument to make, some may say.
Yeah.
Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
Yeah, that's me, resident dinosaur boy Tom here, talking about your dinosaurs in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. So this is the latest in the Fallen Kingdom, probably going to be a trilogy.
The Fallen Kingdom trilogy.
Okay.
Oh, just on that one film.
Is Jurassic World the first part, or is that like separate now?
No, Jurassic Park is a trilogy. Jurassic World is kind of like a reboot.
Soft reboot
trilogy. This is part 2. I don't know what that noise was.
Can you put the microphone a bit closer to your mouth? Is that okay?
I need to move away from the microphone to breathe.
Okay. Nope.
So this is infinitely better than the first one. It is the closest thing Jurassic Park / World has ever done to a horror movie, and for that reason, it is this Dinosaur Boy's humble opinion that this is film of the year.
Always tried to sell that. That's better than what Neil did for Annihilation.
Yeah, well, I didn't realise I was meant to be saying it like that.
A little bit of both, a little bit of context, a little bit of fluff.
Maybe you could do a better pitch for... Tom's like it's a presidential campaign. And that's why this is better than Annihilation. We have Pacific Rim Uprising. That's you, Neil.
Rebuttal.
I'm not gonna, I only put it on the list because I wanted to talk about the time I saw someone get run over.
Okay, go on then. Let's hear this story.
Go on.
So I went on holiday to Japan earlier in the year, and me and my friend Josh, we fancy seeing a film. I had to look at the listings. Pacific Rim Uprising was on. I really liked the first one. I think it's probably one of my favourite films.
Charlie Kelly in the second one, so it can only be better.
In the second one, yeah. And we left the Airbnb. It was chucking it down with rain. We walked down the road to go find a cinema. Saw someone get run over. We're like, oh, what do we do? Didn't know what to do. Went to the cinema. Well, we waited until someone came along and checked if he was okay. Ambulance turned up later. We went to the cinema. The film was crap. It was terrible. And I walked out. And
Demonetized.
And I said, I don't know what was worse, a Pacific Rim 2 or seeing that guy get run over.
Wow.
And that's Neil's nomination for Film of the Year.
That could be your moment of the year.
It was an interesting experience.
So you're the person that, if you were in The Simpsons, you would have voted for man getting hit by football over.
I would have, to be fair.
Yeah.
I wet myself at that now, still.
By groin.
Yes, I do not recommend that film, but I put it in the running anyway.
Okay, well, I've crossed it off my list. Matthew Dobby, you said Infinity War, so...
This is probably the only time me and Craig are going to be agreeing today.
And Neil again with mixed doubles.
I watched this in Japan while I was on a plane.
I saw a woman get hit this time.
No, I was on the plane and I watched it between two airplane seats because I didn't know what to put on, and it seemed pretty good.
Wait, between two airplane seats?
Yeah, so there was you got the airplane seats in front of you.
Yeah.
And I was just watching it through the gap. Someone else was watching.
That's what I thought you meant.
Yeah. I didn't know what to put on, so I was just looking around. I was
Could you hear it?
No, they had subtitles on.
All right, I'm crossing this off my list as well now.
It seemed pretty good.
All right, you can't. That's not...
Why not?
So you got one real one and two just stories.
This is a warm-up.
Hey guys, I went to Japan. It was a really good time.
Yeah, I had a good time.
You got two Japan flexes in there.
Right. So already, by the process of descriptions, we have our winner and two runners-up. We have.
Oh wow! Okay.
We only have three films: Avengers, Infinity War, Annihilation, and Jurassic World.
I'm gonna put my vote in for Jurassic World.
You would though, wouldn't you?
You picked Annihilation.
Yeah.
You nominated Annihilation.
That was awful.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I have to vote for it.
That's true. So, Dobby.
Yeah.
Which one will you be voting for, pray tell?
Infinity War.
Okay. I am one to agree.
Well, it's both of us have written only one film into the category, it should be said.
Well, I wrote Mandy.
You did, but we're not counting.
You haven't watched it?
You didn't see it.
I've been very busy, right?
I mean, I didn't see Jurassic World either, to be fair.
Not enough people did.
That's not really helping
you to
your
vote for something here. You need to have seen it.
That's true.
Okay. Have either of you seen Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom?
Yes.
Brilliant. What do you think?
Not good.
So I think it was...
Well, all right then.
I think it was... I agree with you. It was a very good take on a Jurassic World / Park film. It was...
I think Jurassic World was better.
Really?
Yeah.
It's weird, yeah, because I didn't hear much about Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom that was positive.
Yeah, exactly.
But you only hang out on negative places on the internet anyway, so...
Yeah, like...
4chan.
Like your Discord chats with me.
Damn,
that is a ghost town if there ever was one.
It's good. So the thing about Jurassic World is that it opens up the possibility for the next few films. Like, I don't want to ruin that ending because I think it is a good ending. It's they finish they wrap up their story and they get narratively done what they want to do, but it also leaves you just like, I really don't know what they're going to do for the next one.
The first one, or the first
the
Jurassic
second
World,
one,
or
sorry.
the new, okay, sorry.
Because it's really like you got to. There is one really sad part in that film.
Oh
right?
my god,
And
it destroyed me.
I was not ready for it. The island that the Jurassic World park is on.
Isla Nublar.
Volcano?
Yep.
Volcano erupts, and like they're racing to get off, and they try and save as many dinosaurs they need or whatever. What is it? A Brontosaurus? Brachiosaurus.
Oh.
As they leave, this volcano slowly, the smoke slowly takes over the island, and the Brachiosaurus just watches the boat
sitting on the dock.
Oh,
and
no,
just
I get, like,
crying,
enveloped by it.
crying
Just missed
out,
it.
just like.
But that is actually one of the best sort of long-term pieces of symbolism ever, because it does the exact pose that the original Brachiosaurus and the original Jurassic Park does when they first arrive, and it sort of rears up to get the tree foliage and everything, and it's sort of meant to symbolise the birth of Jurassic Park and the death,
Wow, that's
the death
pretty
of
cool.
the dream. Because it's like enveloped in fire as it has this silhouette of it rearing up, and that is freaking cool, man.
I just felt really sad.
I never cry at films. That brought me close.
Are we gonna? So I presume to state our cases, we're gonna have to spoil these films, right?
Well, yeah, now we are.
Okay, yeah. I feel
we're
like
talking about best of the year, aren't we?
Yeah.
Assume for everything we're talking about spoilers is what I would say.
Jurassic World. At the end, there's one decision to be made, Neil, because they
Is it like?
What, a click? No, that's
Wrong film.
Wrong
Oh,
film.
sorry.
Nearly there.
It's not far different, honestly.
So what they do is they got the dinosaurs off the island, and they have them encapsulated in these cages. Chris Pratt, Star-Lord, some may call him, unleashes all the animals, dinosaurs, whatever, and they are basically crawling around in this like
Big boat?
sealed off warehouse, and there is killing gas killing all the dinosaurs, and it is like horrific because it's just all these dinosaurs crying out in pain once again.
God.
And they have to make a decision whether like to keep the dinosaurs alive and unleash them into the world. They can't just open a window, apparently.
They did that in Jurassic Park 2, though, didn't they?
Kind of,
Lost
but this
World.
would be to like apparently an irreversible scale that if you drop 20 dinosaurs in California, that they're going to take over the world.
Yeah, oh, okay,
Avenue Battle Royale.
Jurassic Park
decision.
Battle Royale.
I'd
100
pay to see a
dinosaurs.
T-Rex floss.
So, like, the first one is just like a Jurassic World because it's got the kids' storyline and it takes place in a theme park and stuff.
Yeah, I really like the first Jurassic World. Actually.
The second one,
complete schlock, but like,
the second one is a lot more darker in tone, I would say.
Oh, okay.
And
they sort of went a different direction with it, I guess.
yeah, and I think it did best for it. Speaking of darker directions, however, how do you want to start this argument?
You want to stop?
Is there an argument to be made? This is a cinematic masterpiece.
Here comes the campaign trail.
I vote for Avengers Infinity Wars. I vote for the right side of history.
I don't care if you don't like the film. I don't care if you don't like the franchise.
I think Masterpiece might be just...
I don't think you can argue that. This is the first of its kind. It's brilliantly done.
First of its kind?
Yeah, in the way it's been built up to it. For as long as it has.
How many superhero films do you know with a sad ending?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Okay.
I can't think of...
Spider-Man 2, because Dr. Ock has to sacrifice himself.
But that's not...
Spider-Man 3.
Demonetized.
Harry Osborn has to die.
So, all the Spider-Man films before the current Spider-Man, they're sad films. Let's just all be honest.
Sad boy films.
Amazing Spider-Man 2. I mean, it was funny, but it was supposed to be sad.
So, yeah, and there is problems with the original Spider-Man trilogy. There's problems with the Amazing Spider-Man, whatever they call that. So, they're not that sort of sad. They're not supposed to be sad, but you look at them and you're like, that's sad. You know what I mean?
They're supposed to be sad, but they might...
No, I'm saying they're trying to give off a serious tone, but they're sad because they're not very good. That's my argument.
Right. I wouldn't go out of my way to say any of them are distinctly bad, except the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, that one's kind of...
Spider-Man 3 tails off, for sure. But I wouldn't say any of them are distinctly bad. I don't think any of them are my favourites.
So Avengers Infinity War, as I said, it's the combination of a 10-year hype, and the major thing with Thanos was people were the thing was is like they've hyped this up for so much. What can they do? Like, it's been 10 years hype for one film, like unprecedented. How are they going to? They just can't. They can't match that 10-year hype. But I think that they did.
I think they did and surpassed it even.
Okay. In what ways exactly?
In what way?
I
mean, you don't care about spoilers anyway, I'd imagine.
No, I've seen so many.
Exactly.
You've seen Four Fly.
The thing is, to me, everyone knows going in. Well, not everyone knows going in, but it was originally going to be a two-parter. So you're going into this, if you've got any sort of inkling as to what the film's going to be, you know full well how it's going to end. You just don't know how it's going to go down. And the way it does end, even though you know it's going to end in that way, is still a gut punch. Watching these characters just
crumble.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a race against time, for sure. Not in the Batman Dark Knight, there's a bomb going
Horizon,
but there is a pace to it, and I think they successfully hit what they are going for completely in Avengers Infinity War.
That's fine.
So what do we do now then?
In traditional politician style, will flip-flop and say, I actually agree with you. I think that Avengers Infinity War, as a collective of, as you say, 10 years of story, and also as a piece of work in of itself, is consistently better than anything else that's been out, at least in my opinion, than anything else that's been out this year. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom hits heights slightly higher, but it's a lot more inconsistent.
So for instance, the pacing.
Yeah.
So, like the Infinity War, even when they have the Thanos-only moments, they're still, it's still adding to the story and stuff like that, while Jurassic World has peaks and valleys sort of thing.
Exactly. And I think for that reason, you gotta favour consistency.
Okay.
And
you gotta flip-flop.
You gotta flip-flop.
Flippy.
I tell you, I'm going to be a lot more militant and vocal when it comes to the music things. I don't really care about the movies. In this,
don't say that.
For this one, I'm willing to concede, I suppose, defeat.
That's it. Yeah.
No, it's not defeat. You've got a runner-up position.
We're just shortlisting. That's all it is, isn't it?
All we know is the real loser is Pacific Rim Uprising.
Who I would say
got run over.
Pacific Rim is like being hit by a car.
Can I put an honourable mention in then? At least?
Yeah, we've got enough time left. So.
We watched Hereditary the other week.
Yeah, we did. That was good.
And I watched it and I thought that was all right. And then I sort of mulled over it for about a week. And I was like, I really like that actually.
Yeah,
really
it's one of those
film.
films. At the time, I was like, yeah, it was all right. But looking back on it now, it's like that was really...
Yeah, really sort of doesn't...
It's good until the ending. I thought the ending was...
The ending becomes a bit too much.
Yeah. It kind of just turns into exposition and stuff. But yeah.
Yeah, up until then, it's really good.
I should have mentioned this at the top of the show. Sorry to cut you off, but we are recording this on the 1st of December. So obviously cult classics like Aquaman, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
That actually looks really good.
I'm good.
So
see that one.
maybe it would be in this, but time makes fools of us all.
There's a lot of films I would have liked to see this year that I just never go around to because I'm really lazy.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Anyone else would like any honourable mentions?
One for me, because I only watched it last week, so this is after the list closed, I guess. The Ballad of Buster Scruggs on Netflix.
On Netflix, yeah.
It's actually really good. It's a 6-part anthology film of 6 distinct stories from the Old West by the Coen brothers. It is, again, it's one of those ones that sort of hits highs and then has like some valleys, but when it's good, it's really, really good. It's got a pretty all-star cast. It's got James Franco, Liam Neeson, Clancy Brown, the voice of Mr. Krabs. He does not last long, spoiler. And yeah, it's really, really good. Each of them is slightly tonally different, but they all sort of revolve around the idea of black comedy, which I like. And I would highly recommend it because it's free to watch on Netflix.
Yes, I will get around to that, actually. I like the look of it.
I would like to quickly say Ready Player One was a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I agree.
And I did very much enjoy Black Klansman. Stead, friend of the show, took me to see it. And
I've heard good things about that, actually.
The trailer makes it out to be a comedy, but it is some serious, some of the stuff they went through, man, is just shocking. And that film it lures you in by pretending to be a comedy, and it's like, hey, we got Kylo Ren in it as well, and it's like, no, that's not what that film is about. Do we do anything?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
nothing's come close.
The best film won, really.
You not seen anything else you like?
I've seen a lot of films I've enjoyed.
You want to add one?
Deadpool 2.
Oh, okay, fair.
Yeah, there you go. That's why I didn't want to say it.
I don't think that's as good as the first one.
I think it's better than the first one, but I still don't think it's an amazing film.
I like Rob Delaney, but he'd be the only reason I saw that film.
Barely.
Yeah, and Brad Pitt.
Yeah,
Brad Pitt. He's even
spoilers.
That's like, have you seen The Hateful Eight?
Yeah.
Where it's got Channing Tatum in the credits, and you wait like 2 hours to find out where he is, and he's in it for about 3 minutes, and then his head gets exploded.
Well, it's the same like when he's in Kingsman as well. Channing Tatum isn't really in it for that much,
and this is the end.
He's on the what?
This is the end.
This is the end.
I thought you were just looking at me very serious. This is the end, Craig.
I mean, we will have an end one day, but yeah, he just plays Danny McBride's Gimp.
Nice. Well, with that, I'd just like to say that is what can you say after that now? And none of us really mentioned Solo, A Star Wars Story, because it wasn't really that good.
I heard it was better than people were expecting.
There's one moment in there which makes you go, wow, okay, that's where they're going with this. So, do you disagree, Tom?
I really liked it. I just forgot about it.
When was the shortlist in between? Was it like... was it January 2018 to now? Okay, so
calendar year or financial year or
just because
get in your taxes.
Last Jedi came out December last year, didn't it? So I'm wondering if that
is last year.
It was fine. It wasn't that great. It was alright.
Well, let's not argue about old film of the year. That's not a category. Who would like to say the winners, or should I just do that?
You're in charge, man.
Just do it.
Okay. So for the Sharkies Deliberations 2018.
Can someone else do it now?
Film of the year, we have runners-up with Annihilation and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
And the winner is Avengers Infinity War.
I guess for a pop culture podcast, that makes sense already, doesn't it?
Listeners of a... you clap it, okay. That sounds awful.
Wow.
Listeners of the podcast may be shocked to know that, maybe the one thing we talk about nearly every week, the MCU actually won this award.
It deserves it for the amount of content that is given over the past year.
It wins the most talked about subject on UDS. It wins that award too.
Woo! There you
go. Thank you everyone for listening. Join us tomorrow, where I believe we will be talking about TV shows of the year.
Bye.
Bye.
See you later.